You might think that they're maybe busting out the window, but the police chief tells me that's not the case. What they're doing is going from car to car, just like I'm here doing, pulling on the handle, and if it's locked, like this one is, they just move right on to the next car, and if they pull on that handle and it opens, they are in and stealing valuables. Another popular place for crimes to happen, your residence. And if you have a Ring video doorbell like this one, police say it can come in handy in many different ways. But if you look right over there, this truck is passing it right now. But you can see the roof of that home right there. That just shows you how close these flames were to threatening those structures over there. I'm going to step back into the shot now and walk around to the back because it goes all around. It's really, really nice. And these images are just, absolutely beautiful. The reason for the delay is because one of the defense attorneys is having back pain. So jurors have been instructed to return here on Friday morning for jury selection. First thing we saw when we got here was this collapsed structure. You can see behind me some sort of a building just completely collapsed into this pile that we see here. Yeah, Daryl, just before 10, the board came back together to announce that they would be accepting Superintendent Tony Bouchong's resignation effective March 31st, 2023. They voted unanimously to accept it. They also voted unanimously to appoint Carrie Allen as the interim superintendent. Where I'm standing right now, you can even still feel the ice right underneath my foot.
My son's accident was not the first one. There's been many accidents out here. They just come flying around the corner.
Anna Gamble says she's driven down Maplewood Avenue plenty of times. She never thought it would be the very same place her son would lose his life.
When I got the call, I was shocked. I was really scared. The unknown, I was like, not knowing what's going on. I really didn't notice how much water was in the ditch until, my son's accident.
Back in October, her son, Luis Carlos Hernandez, was driving northbound on Maplewood when his car veered off the roadway and rolled into the drainage ditch between the north and southbound lanes, landing on its roof in the water. Officials said he was trapped under the water before being pulled from the vehicle, a tragic turn of events that his mom and family say doesn't need to happen to anyone else.
I thought a guardrail would have stopped my son from going into the water. When I came out here, I was shocked that there wasn't a guardrail out there.
The family now actively reaching out to city officials to add a guardrail here in the near future, believing it could prevent a crash from ending up here like their loved ones did.
A guardrail should be up so no family has to endure the pain that we've been through. No one should lose their life.
Since it's a city street, the decision whether to add a guardrail lies in the hand of the city of Wichita Falls. The family says they will keep asking for it and pursuing this as they keep Carlos's memory alive.
We come down here as a family, just to feel closer to him and be with the cross and stuff. I know nothing's going to bring him back, but it's just some kind of comfort for us.
Mourning their loss while trying to save others from a similar fate. I did reach out to the city for more info on the possibility of getting a guardrail added there, and Public Information Officer Chris Horgan sent a statement over reading City of Wichita Falls engineering staff are looking into a request to add guardrails along portions of Maplewood Avenue. The original design of the road did not call for any required guardrails. At this time, engineers are looking at the traffic report and the determined cause by investigators of an accident that happened in November of 2023 that resulted in a tragic fatality.
When I first woke up in the morning, first thing I saw was that my console and everything had been ravaged through. So that was definitely like your first thing is like, whoa, I know I didn't leave it like this, so why is it here now?
KML Shiro is one of the more than 20 Iowa Park residents victimized by a string of car burglaries in the area. Iowa Park Police Chief Stephen Davis says it's been quite the shock.
It's unfortunate that you have to do it in your own driveway on your own property, but it's so important to keep your vehicles locked, even when you're at home. Because that's when most of these car burglaries occur.
And they're occurring at night. Just about a week ago, Chief Davis says approximately 26 cars were broken into. These are the alleged suspects who were able to target multiple streets.
Some of the things that were stolen, we have about 3 handguns that was stolen. There was some laptops, computer equipment.
Chief Davis says criminals are pulling door handles to gain access to the cars and take valuables. When they do this, they cover their hands with their sleeves, making it hard to trace them. That's why police need your help in cracking the case.
If you have home security systems, check your cameras frequently. If you think something looks out of place on your property, go back and check your camera, and if there's anything that's suspicious, call us.
And be sure you always double check that your doors are shut and locked, and remain vigilant so you don't fall victim next.
A small community like this, they're tight. And when something like this happens, you know, it kind of makes everybody step back a second and be like, whoa, what's going on?
Markeshia, your 3 minutes is up.
That's the fastest 3 minutes ever.
Apprasia Paxibaran addressing Olney City Council at Monday's meeting, reading her request for a formal investigation after she was terminated from her former position as city administrator. She spoke up about inappropriate workplace behavior by city council members, including former Mayor Pro Tem Tom Parker, who now serves as the current Olney Economic Development Corporation Director.
Respectfully requesting an investigation into my complaints of intimidation, sexual harassment, retaliation, and misconduct at the hands of the City Council.
Thank you.
Council hearing her address and moving along to their next order of business, naming an interim city administrator.
Which you would take on as acting city administrator.
I'd entertain a motion to appoint the Mayor, Rue Rogers, as the acting city administrator.
That's right, current Olney Mayor Rue Rogers.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Will now serve as the acting city administrator until further notice. Olney City Attorney Bill Myers saying at this point it's the best possible solution to ensure the city can continue on with business as usual.
This is something for the short term and in the interim, just so we can continue business as is and not lose any momentum.
But appointing an acting city administrator is something Paxibaran says is just the first step on a long list of things that need to be done. The first, she says, being a fair and formal investigation so that whoever the new administrator is won't have the same fate as her.
The gender of your city administrator should not matter, and it should not be the determining factor on how they choose to treat you. That's not okay. And I think that needs to change. I think our community definitely, especially as a city, needs to learn sexual harassment law.
She's also calling for Tom Parker to be placed on administrative leave while this all unfolds.
I'm not the first city administrator that's run into issues with employment issues or harassment issues. I'm just the first one that spoke up.